So this is Funki Monki's Death Rattle Hunter. So the idea behind the deck is to play pretty much normal like Beast Hunter, except instead of your win conditions being big beasts, it's big death rattles with things like the Burning Blade Acolyte as well as the imported Tarantula, and reactivating them with the Defense Attorney. But other than that, if you look at the build, it looks very similar to normal Beast Druid. You got Peasant Trog early game with the Slither Spear, you've got Canine Atrong Selective Breeder and Spirit Poacher for that early game as well. So it feels very similar. If you want a more fun version of Beast Hunter, this is a great deck for you. Mulligans for the deck are obviously just going to be keep all of the 1, 2, and 3 drops you can. If you have the coin, keeping Hellmaster Shaw can be an absolute unit by coining out turn 3. So if you're on the coin, this is a valid card to keep. And then if you're into something really slow, like a Druid probably, keeping Deathstalker Rexar to scale up is also really good. Kind of down to keep everything. Turn 2, turn 3, coin turn 4, turn 5, Wild Spirits, and a 2-drop spell. I mean, this curve is not bad. I guess maybe I could have gotten rid of Wild Spirits because we're going to probably draw something off of Barrack. But worst case scenario, we could play that turn 3 instead of Stitch Tracker, honestly. And that would probably be even more tempo. And if we can draw a Spirit Poacher, that would be even more pressure. We know that this deck is going to be very, very aggressive. It's going to be a Miracle Rogue that's going to try to do as much damage as they can in the first couple of turns. So, pass. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4 with the coin, turn 5, maybe with something else, turn 6. Hopefully it's infused by then. 200 people watching and only 71 likes. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. Peasant? I could coin out Wild Spirits and then go boom, boom, turn 3, and then boom, turn 4. Let's just play that, though. Interesting. I could take Doggy Biscuit. I think Doggy Biscuit is better. I think Doggy Biscuit is just better. Maybe they play Serrated Bone Spike on the 2-3. Maybe that was a misplay, because they could also play Toothed Nefarian to get an extra card. Backstab into Hero Power hit. Fair enough. Fair enough. We play Wild Spirits next turn. Then we're going to coin out Barrack, like I said. And as long as we don't top deck a Doggy Biscuit after this Doggy Biscuit, we're going to be super duper happy. What do we get? Do we get Rush? We do get Rush. Boom. So, what I want to do next turn, when this Taunt Minion comes alive, is double coin out Barrack and the Peasant. So that way the Peasant is behind some Taunt, it's protected, and then hopefully from there we're able to win. Because here's the problem with this deck. This deck doesn't run Taunt, and it doesn't really run that much heal except for Castle Nathria. Thank you so much for the sub, Pet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. And because of that, I think it's vulnerable at times. That's part of the reason why I want to get rid of Korak, because I think either some draw or some taunt / survivability is important for this deck. Just asking, what is your favorite Death Knight rune / card and why? 100% the Blood rune. Frost, I can tell you right now, is going to be so annoying. Do you see how much mana cheat and how much burst damage that has? It is absurd. Absolutely bonkers how good Frost looks. So then you pair that with the fact that the on-board one, you know, board-based decks are always kind of meh. So, I mean, at least in today's meta, people mostly go for like combos or hard control or hard aggro. It's not really mid-range control, so that's a little bit weird. And it just makes me think like, green's not gonna be good or unholy. Blood looks like it's gonna be control, and I do like control. Like I would like to see it be good. I was a lot of cards played for nothing. I hope this is sprint for their sake. And then Frost is just gonna be annoying. Coin. Trade to give this rush and get another coin. We're gonna hit here. We get another coin. We're gonna play this. And I don't know if I want to coin out Peasant or not. I think I do. I think I would like to coin out Peasant still. And then turn 5, it can be Spirit Poacher plus this. Well, actually, no, it'll be Trog. So that way it forces them to trade in before they're actually able to do anything. Because they have to now trade in and kill the Trog before they play spells, which I think is just better. Sylvanas is the only hard removal here. No, actually, we have the imported Tarantula, which gets poisonous minions. I forgot about that. I do have that, and I have a taunt minion with the Burning Blade Acolyte. So, I mean, it's not like I have no taunt. It's just not as good as I would like. Edwin? Ooh, no. How big is Edwin gonna get? Did they just get a really bad card? Oh, it'd be so funny if they just got something unplayable. I thought Mailbox Dancer was key for the pop-off turn. Oh, no, yeah, it is. So the fact that they committed it that early was kind of bad. Not just kind of bad, it was very, very, very bad. Boom. Into this. What do we get? We get 1 rush, we get 2 rush. We can basically kill off Edwin and then the 3/3, basically. So we kill off Edwin and then we kill off the 4/3. So that way he can't Shadow Step out or do anything interesting. And this is why Edwin is worse than just Sprint, right? Because if they had Sprint instead of Edwin there, because usually you run 1 Sprint, and this is why the version that I just played I think is so good, is because Edwin, if the first card you draw is awful, like yes, this deck also runs Sprint, but instead you could just run 2 Sprints, which is just way more reliable draw most of the time. I don't know. I want to play Peasant and this next turn, and then I have 2 mana left, and I could maybe give a minion rush. I mean, I guess I could play the 2/2, then gives... Oh, okay, fair enough. We could also play the Tarantula and then give something rush, but I don't really think that that's that big of a deal. Shadow Step? Okay, well, now we're not really going to give anything rush. That's okay. Please, slow down! Do you feel like you're just playing a worse Beast Hunter? I mean, yes and no. I think that, I'll get a copy of Denathrius, why the heck not? Let's just flood the board here. We don't want to trade either of these, we actually want to keep the Tarantula. So we can trigger its Death Rattle immediately. We want to keep Doggy Biscuit to give it rush as well to trade into something bigger. Backstab, fair enough. But now we're just gonna pump up Denathrius, which is awesome. Gonna be a pretty solid finisher if the time comes. Lots of playable cards here. Into another Sprint. Okay, this deck runs 2 Sprints and Edwin. Okay, so I guess they just went for like a maximum draw package, which, you know, makes sense. Gone fishing, fair enough. I mean, we have Sylvanas to take control of one of their big stealth minions if they play one. We're just gonna have to take a lot of damage on the first hit, but then we take the stealth minion, and that's pretty good. I feel like they just didn't draw very well at all, and I feel kind of bad. Because I've definitely been there. Miracle Rogue is very hit or miss. They're playing that so they can play that. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. 7/7, not really that big of a deal to me. Deathstalker Rexar. I like it. I really do. But I'd rather just kill off these 2. Well, let me think. Because this would kill off one of them. No, I'd rather just do this. We get these 2, we'll go trade. We can save the rush for something else later. We can play Rexar or Sylvanas soon. But yeah, we know how unlucky hands can be. So I feel bad for them having as bad of a hand as they did early. Is there any chance to play Curse Implock without one of the legendary cards? I mean, Curse Implock's kind of important, no? Or all the legendaries are kind of important to Curse Implock. Trying to think if there are any that you could play without. Let me look at the deck 1 second. Curse Implock. Bran is free. Tamsin gives you at least 1 extra curse. But I think if any of the legendaries you could do without, I would say that one. I would say that is probably the one you could maybe do without. Okay, let's see here. How do I want to play this out? We yoink that, we kill that. And then Deathstalker Rexar next turn gives me 5 HP, which means we barely live. Actually, we could just trade this and not pump, so that way we can give rush to something and we can push 4 damage face, which I think is pretty good. This goes face. We trade this. It's going to be 9 damage. Deathstalker Rexar does barely keep me alive. Draws no cards off of that. Oh, they do get a stealth minion, but that stealth minion doesn't matter. Ooh. You trade? Okay, trading was actually a huge misplay. Trading was actually a huge misplay. Like, yes, they think they have lethal here, but they might as well just get me in lethal range in case I discover something or get a taunt. So now I don't know what to do. Do I want to play this for extra mana or build the beast? Honestly, I love building beasts. Let's just build one. It's too fun. Sure. Sure. And then go face. So they have to top deck somehow 7 damage. And without sprint, they have 1 Sinister Strike. Let's keep Caninatron. The other ones can go away. I mean, I'm down to keep 2 Caninatrons. We can go Canine, Ramming Mount if it lives. If it doesn't live, just another Canine. What does liking do for a YouTube stream? Excellent question. I'm going to keep Doggy Biscuit. Well, no, I'm going to keep Doggy Biscuit. Giving something rush or pumping something is actually pretty good. It does the same thing as just normal videos, right? It basically just pumps it up in the algorithm, basically. Like, every like matters. Don't really have any death rattles for this, but I do not like seeing both of these at the bottom. I'll take Selective Breeder though, just because I like having it. I think I could play it, give it rush, and rush into this. I don't like seeing Play Dead at the bottom, or the Parrot, but I guess the Parrot's something that I can maybe like cheat out somehow. I don't know. The Mooncatcher, fair enough. So now what? I think it's Selective Breeder, we give it rush, we go bonk bonk. Selective Breeder, we'll give it rush. And by cheat it, I meant we could get another one off of Monstrous Parrot, or off of Selective Breeder. So now the question is, which card do I want? Because like, if they're going the tempo version, I think Rush with Poison might end up being good, because they might just end up running out of resources, which could be really good for me. So I think I want to take this overall. Worst case scenario, we can trade it away later if things don't end up working out well. Trade that away, give this rush, go bonk bonk to kill it off. We can play Shaw next turn. So a couple of things could happen. 4-2 kills the 2-2. I can't kill that, it's a bummer. Another thing that could happen is it just goes face and we can play a Ramming Mount or something and kill the 4-2 off for basically free. The same thing goes for like a Doggy Biscuit. We'll see what they end up playing. They could play the 2-2. Oh, that I'm not a happy. That does not make me a happy camper. Order in the Court, fair enough. Say less. That is unfortunate. Okay, we'll double trade into the 1-1 again, I guess, and then just play Houndmaster Shaw. Bonk bonk. Houndmaster. Can he destroy it with the 4-2? The answer is no, and I don't think there's anything that he can do to kill it off right now anyway. Because I think they're going the tempo deck, which means they might run maybe Equality City Tax, but I don't think that deck does. Which means they can't really kill Shaw, which means they just go face, and we can play... Oh, you are going to charge into it. Fair enough, I guess. That's one less charge minion we're going to have to worry about later on in the game. So we're going to go 3-drop into Ramming Mount. It is kind of unfortunate we lost that, but we can always just give rush to this using Doggy Biscuit. So we're going to go boom plus Ramming Mount onto this. Spreading the wealth a little bit so this 2 can go face. Most of their minions only have 2 attack anyway, or 2 HP anyway, and even if they have more, they've got Divine Shield, so I mean I might as well just spread the wealth out. You got this? I hope I do. That was an early Order in the Court. Yeah. Normally you want to play Order in the Court around turn 5. So that way you draw Light Ray into Cariel on turn 8. It's just a perfectly on-curve turn 8 Cariel. Playing both of those is kind of a misplay because they now have no burst from hand, which means we're just going to outscale them. Oh my gosh, I literally was just thinking like, where's the snap button? I want to snap like it's Marvel Snap. Oh man. I'm going to play the Tarantula. Not going to give it rush or anything. I'm just going to play it. It's pretty efficient and I want to save the Acolyte for later. This is just more stats on the board immediately. And we can always try to re-trigger the Death Rattle with the Monstrous Parrot, right? Repeat the last friendly Death Rattle that was triggered. Yeah, we can just trigger that and it's fine. But I wanted to snap. Speaking of Marvel Snap, I would recommend you guys check out my Marvel Snap channel. Shameless plug, just throwing it out there. I'm just saying, the content's pretty good. This is a video. This is my most recent video for the Marvel Snap channel. So give it a like. Appreciate. Thank you. Let's see here. How do I want to do this now? Oh no, we could get rushed to the 2. Oh man, I don't want to get rushed to this. I think my goal is to just go bonk, then send this in because it can't die. Poisonous to kill this off, and then we'll just play the Burning Blade Acolyte and then Hero Power and go face. Cariel can't come down for another turn, so I'm not really worried about everything dying. And we can always just play like Doggy Biscuit. And if they do play Cariel and kill the 1/1, we get a bunch of stuff anyway, so there's no downside. They can play the Countess now, but guess what? We got this little Poisonous to just boop, destroy it. Yeah, you get the invitations, but it doesn't matter. Are you sponsored by Marvel Snap? No. Dude, I wish. I wish I was sponsored by Marvel. If I was sponsored by Marvel Snap, let me tell you. Let me tell you. It'd be crazy. I'd go crazy. I really don't know what I'm saying. Where you want to go Caninatron, then trade the Doggy Biscuit, get the Monstrous Parrot, and then get 2 things maybe. And another Burning Blade Acolyte? Weird. Cariel coming down is definitely not going to be fun. I mean, trading here and it doesn't die. Actually, no, we want to pump this up with Doggy Biscuit so that way it doesn't die either. And it's just super sick value. 7 damage. It's not going to be enough to win the game. So we're going to go boom. This goes here. Well, no, we're gonna go here. No, we'll trade here. Get a minion. Then this goes here, and then we're gonna play this, and then we're gonna play this and this. So now if they play Cariel, this doesn't die. This doesn't die, or this does die but spawns a minion. This doesn't die. This doesn't die. This dies, unfortunately, but only one thing essentially loses. Then you can go Caninatron, Hero Power, a whole bunch of other stuff. Like it's we're in a good spot. And they have minimal healing, and they just played both Chillblade Champions, so they don't really have nearly as much burst. And they're probably looking at the board thinking, darn, if I play Cariel here, I'm gonna still end up taking at least 1, 4, 7, 9 damage next turn. And their board's pretty good. I feel like playing Viper and Hunter decks is worth it every time. Honestly, I don't think it'd be bad. Really? You're playing the Countess? Are you insane? Aren't you just dead? You're not just dead. Oh my gosh, he's actually not just dead. Do I want to go... That died this game, trigger and gain its Death Rattle? I think I'd rather just get a big taunt minion. The Dark Lady did not commit. I'll just get that. I don't need the other thing. We have so much HP, it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna go full face. We are hoping for a spell. We didn't get a spell. Literally, if we had a spell, we win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we don't have that many spells. I guess it wasn't super likely. Invitation, that's fine. We still have the Insatiable Devourer to basically destroy the biggest thing they can end up putting out there, which is nice. I got turn 4 15 attack weapon with Draka and got Viper the next turn. It was so sad. Yeah, the Viper can definitely do that to you sometimes. But anyway, I was talking about the Viper in this deck. I don't know what I would take out. I mean, like, maybe Korak. Because even though he's cool, I don't know exactly how functional he is. We could also maybe take out Barrack. I mean, that's card draw, though. We kind of need that. Okani is kind of just a filler card that's just, in general, really good. We get 2 5/8s, which isn't bad. That's not bad. Honestly, I like that. As long as you can destroy the taunt minion with Insatiable Devourer, we're fine. Okay. Okay, fair enough. I mean, don't we just hero power actually and win the game? No, yeah, we just win the game with the hero power. GG. Don't want to destroy him in the BM way? Yeah, let's do it. Boom! This deck is broken. Confirmed. Guaranteed. 100%. Let's see it. Against a priest. So, what I need to do is I need Shaw to stick on the board turn 4. Then I need to play the Tarantula and use the poisonous minions to destroy 2 things. And Denathrius, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna make it that far into the game, but is a solid win. No, we can't bank on Denathrius. We have to try to get something early. Hopefully I'm not being too greedy with the Shaw and the Tarantula play. I'm just trying to think about what my out is. Oh, it's Thief Rogue. Well, we play Peasant, awesome. Since it's Thief Rogue, we can trade this away. Shaw on turn 4 isn't bad regardless, like it's fine. Sadly, we're not gonna keep Denathrius, or we're not gonna get Denathrius, but honestly, is it really that big of a deal? What if they have Theatar and they just steal it from me? My life would be over. Spirit Poacher, really good turn 2 play. Love to see it, love to see it. Hit him in the face with a 2-1. Wait, what happened to the Divine Shield lifesteal buff? That was Noble Mount. There is a, I think the one you're thinking of is Hold the Bridge, which is +2/+1 gain Divine Shield. And the minion gets, what's it called? The minion, what are you doing? Oof. Sorry, and the minion gets lifesteal for that turn. But they played Noble Mount, which was an entirely different card. Kind of sad we lost. I mean, I don't think I've ever been this happy to top deck Prince Renathal. I don't think I've ever been that happy to top deck Prince Renathal. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a good card. But I mean, a 3 mana, 3/4 that I could maybe pump up. Hi, the legend rank spoils the video question. No, you're right, it does. I need to change it. Or I need to cover the rank with my face. No, but then you'd see the rank in the top left and you'd see that I'm playing against legend players. Wild Bundle doesn't kill it though. I'm trying to think about what I want to do. I think if I just play Houndmaster Shaw, I think that's still just best. We just go trade, play this. Other minions have Rush. I mean, when this summons, it's gonna become undormant next turn. We can literally give it Ramming Mount, or we can play Barrack and try to go that way. There are a lot of different things we could do here. Wait, this is so sick. If they can't destroy my 3/6, we're so happy. Like, this is some good pressure on board. It's probably gonna be double cross. This doesn't activate anything currently. So let's just play, this to draw some cards. Yeah, you get to draw 2. I don't really care too much though. Look at that. Play dead? More like I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head. Play dead, more like go to bed, child. Yeah, that's right. I'm playing against a child. I'm gonna destroy them. See, I can't think about this stuff. I'm too focused on the game right now. An idea what a good deck for the apprentice ranks would be? Probably a pure aggro deck. Because aggro decks are fast, so you can climb quickly. They're simple, so you can learn how to play the game well. They're also simple, so you can kind of play them on autopilot once you get the general idea and focus on what deck your opponent is playing, because that's how you really get good at the game. Not by knowing how to play your deck, but by knowing how to play your deck into basically every single matchup that's available. Oh, 2 3/5s. Yeah, that's not bad. Respectable. Has it? I can play this, trigger its death rattle, and then just kill off both of these. Boom, boom. These go face. Not bad. We can just start keeping, like, continue to try to apply pressure here. Repeat the last friendly death rattle that triggered. This triggered a friendly death rattle. This should work next turn if we need it to. Hi, is there a comment for the deck? Oh, do you want the code? Is that what you're asking for? I can send you the code for the deck for sure. Yeah. This is not my creation, by the way. It's Funki Monki's deck. But it looked fun. And I've been trying to look for a new Hunter deck. No. Wait. That actually is not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay, well, we're going to play the monstrous bird for science. Because it triggered. It should trigger it, right? Yeah, cool. That's what I thought. And then we go bonk, bonk. This rushes here. And then these go face. And then we're gonna play, we're gonna hero power and then play peasant for now. We're pretty close to winning. They can't play scabs yet, so we don't have to play around that until next turn. Overall, this is a really good spot to be in. I mean, I don't think that deck runs that much healing, and if they do, it's Denathrius, and again, it's turn 7. Kind of insane how good this deck is. We're not keeping Play Dead. It's not a really good card to have at the beginning, but 1-drop into 2-drop against a deck that has the coin pretty good into a 3-drop. I mean, this is just a solid curve. I don't think any of them have, like, super premium stats or anything. And I mean, Trog will just immediately get backstabbed. But overall, still just good to curve out and force them to have responses. Because let's just say on the off chance they don't really have a response. Well, then we're goated with the sauce. We get the Stag. I mean, I'd say that after both nerfs, the Stag is pretty weak now. I mean, it's okay. Really? You give me another Trog? That's interesting. I'm gonna go boom, see if we can get like a Denathrius or something. Yeah, you draw 2 cards, I don't care. The more cards you draw, the more spells you play, the more Trogs I get. I think Shaw is the most interesting card to take there. Giving all of my things rush will be pretty sick. Ecore is the Hearthstone King? Well, thank you, I appreciate that. Ever have it happen that the new glitches, what? Whenever I go to my collection, it says that there are new cards. Oh, yeah. That's a glitch that's been going on for like years. I don't know why they can't fix it, but it's been a thing for a long time. I mean, even though technically we don't really have a way to capitalize on this board, like we don't have Ramming Mount or Doggy Biscuit, it's still 8 damage showing on turn 3. Or I guess turn 4, so I'm happy. You should play Arphis for the memes.
It's quiet.
You know what?
Too quiet.
You know what?
I know all the steps.
Arphis for the memes over Korak might be better. Give me like Doggy Biscuit or something. Ramming Mount, that'd be sick. Another Houndmaster Shaw. Okay, we're gonna go with that, and we're just gonna do as much damage as possible. That was a pretty bad turn. I was hoping to have 1 spot left open so I could play my Houndmaster Shaw for next turn. Unfortunately, we do not have it. Most likely what I want to do, though, is I want to full trade in, and then I want to play Houndmaster Shaw. Okay. They destroy a 2/2, it's fine. Empties up a space so the Trog summons another Trog. They basically killed nothing. Oh, they're about to play Vandar. Oh, they're about to play Vandar. No way they're going that deck, right? No, they can't. No, they still could. They still could. No, they're not? What's happening? I'm so confused. No. Wait, actually, we have 2... Oh, wait. No, they don't have a secret out there. Oh, that's fine. I want to kill the 3/2 so they can't continue to draw cards, though. I'm trying to think about how I want to play this out. And I want to play Houndmaster Shaw.
Time's ticking.
No, wait, this is going to come alive. No, that's really, really good. And then Shadow Step to play this again, not this turn, but next turn. I'm down. Trade. Empty out some space to play Houndmaster Shaw. I do, in fact, like that. So we go trade. Houndmaster Shaw. This has rush. The reason why I'd rather rush here is because that way my 3 gets to go face and we leave room for some more Trogs. Always like to see that. I don't know, I'm pretty happy with this board. Pretty happy with what's been set up here. I think we're gonna win. I don't know what they could do for 5 mana to bring the game back. I mean, yeah, they could play Scabs. But they also have to play something first to... Yeah, they're done. GG. We are going to keep the 2-drop and Ramming Mount because of the 2-drop lives and Ramming Mount goes on it. It's really sick. Honestly, I should have kept Korak for the tempo. I just wanted to try to find a 1-drop. I think a 4-drop is a little bit too greedy to try to keep. Deck code for the deck? Yeah, I got you. We drew a 1-drop too. Awesome. I got a deck code for you. 1 second though, buddy. Copy. Pasta. Boop. Oh, no. Oh, no, we're playing against an aggro druid. With a Trog. Whoa. What? No way. That's so crazy. We end up drawing Korak, which is nice. I need the Spirit Poacher to kill that off. I need to be able to kill this so I can play Ramming Mount. If I can't play Ramming Mount, I'm gonna fall behind. Aquatic Form, fair enough. I'm really just hoping to kill the Trog. Do you have any replacements for the for that Death Rattle Hunter? I really want to play it. Do you have any replacements for that Death Rattle Hunter deck? Well, it depends. Like, what are you trying to play? Like, how many cards do you have? What are you missing? Like, what am I trying to replace? Yeah, they get an extra Trog here, but I think this is too good to pass up, honestly. Like, it's a 5/3 rush, and it's immune when attacking. And that's the only spell I'm going to be playing. I was really hoping they wouldn't have Thorn Growth Sentries. If they end up playing the 3/3 that pumps up their stuff, that's going to suck. Okay, it's fine. I do want to try to kill off both Trogs, though. Peasant. Okay, we might have to transition to killing off the Peasant. Korak. I want to kill the Peasant, and I want to kill the 1/3. I mean, you might be wondering, why am I controlling the board so much? And it's because this matchup is literally solely determined by controlling the board as hard as we possibly can. Yeah, he's just done. Because he knows that once I wipe this board, he loses. So, GG.